I don't know about you, but some days when I wake up, it's like I have to give myself a prod to get going. Oftentimes the shower helps, but some of those days, I just want to stay in the shower and become one with the water. However, there's other days where I'm just excited about life. And each morning, I walk by the mirror, just like some of you, and see if there's anything new sagging. I brush my teeth, see if I lost any hair, or if I have any new gray hairs. I'm starting to get those. And after that, I finish getting dressed. But one of the things that I do is I stand on one leg and put on my socks and shoes on the other leg while working on balance at the same time. I typically wear a hat because I'm a hat person. And if you're new to this channel, I'm Mike the Fit Farmer. Yes, and I live here in a yurt. And a few years ago, my family and I, we left the city life, sold mostly everything we had to start a farm and a homestead out here in the country. And I'm a former natural bodybuilder turned farmer, the Fit Farmer. And right behind me is one of my trophies from when I competed in bodybuilding. And he has actually been getting a lot of attention here recently, and he is back again. And the kids have been dressing him here recently, putting on new outfits in each vlog. And I'm not sure what this outfit is, so let me know what you think to call this outfit there. And recently we've gotten a number of comments because we've been looking for a name for this trophy guy. So we decided on, and thanks for those of you who have commented with your suggestions on names, we're going to call him Mr. Fit. So introducing Mr. Fit. Well, back to my day. That is how my mornings typically start. And I'm pretty much a person, I'm pretty enthusiastic and excited and goal-oriented, and I don't need an alarm clock to get me up each morning because I enjoy life and enjoy doing and enjoy working. And now that I'm out here homesteading and spending time with my family, I enjoy it even more. However, the days that I have to leave the farm, yes, I have a couple days that I usually have to leave the farm each week. It's usually 2 and sometimes 3 days a week that I leave the farm. Those are the days that are the harder days for me to get up and get going. Just because I really enjoy being out on my homestead and really enjoy doing what I do. But I have to leave the farm to do various tasks. I'm going to explain some of those tasks here in just a minute. But as I continue on with my morning, I walk out to the garden, look around just to check on things and inspect to see how crops are doing. I like to check and see which seeds have sprouted. Right here we have the seeds that Lacie sowed by hand, and these are the radishes in these 2 beds right here. And then in these beds right here we have beets that have sprouted up. Not sure if you can see all of them. They're a little smaller. They don't germinate as quickly as the radishes and some of the other things. And then in these beds down here, in this first bed right here, there's some lettuce that was under the shade cloth. And then I started turnips in the next bed. And then in the next bed, there is arugula. And then in the next bed, there's some more arugula. As well as look around to see if there's any crops that are struggling, or it's really exciting when you see crops that are ready to be harvested really soon, or right there ready to be harvested. And then it's so nice just to be able to walk down, walk around, bend over, and just pick off something and harvest it and eat it. I just enjoy that. But this morning I saw a couple of watermelon that weren't doing well, so I took those over to the chickens. They always love getting treats, especially something like that watermelon. It probably had some nice seeds in it, as well as the watermelon meat, and maybe even some bugs for them to eat on too. So they have just swarmed it. And then after I do my walkthrough, another thing that I typically do in the morning is just sit down and have some prayer and meditation time. There's nothing like this time of morning when it's just so quiet, so calm. We live out in the country, but still from time to time you hear weed eaters and lawnmowers and people doing different tasks. It's just so neat to hear that calm in the morning. There is nothing like it. And one of the tasks that I have to do when I leave the farm is deliver produce to our customers. I really enjoy providing our customers with our produce and being able to serve people in that capacity. Even though I don't like leaving the homestead, leaving the farm, I do enjoy being able to provide for others. It is something so rewarding inside, and the times that you hear feedback from that is just really, really amazing and really nice. Yet on the days that I have to lead the farm, I try to make sure that I stack things together, like making sure that when I leave the farm, I'm making sure I'm maximizing the time that I'm away on the things that I need to do as far as running errands and different things like that. So in preparation for delivering to our customers, this morning I had to pack up some arugula as well as some other items. We typically bag our CSA, and what a CSA is basically a food buyers club, a buyers club for the farm, people who join basically a membership kind of sorta for purchasing produce from the farm, and we package those up. We do them in bags. Some farms do them in boxes, but we just do paper bags and sometimes plastic bags, but most of the time paper bags. And I typically wait to harvest the microgreens for the day that I leave to deliver. I like to make sure that they have the microgreens. I like them to have our customers to have everything as fresh as possible, but I really like microgreens just because they have a little bit shorter shelf life or refrigerator life compared to our other produce that we deliver and provide our customers. And then once I have everything prepared that we're going to deliver, next I take those items and load them up into our vehicle. And right now we're using our truck, and I just basically have a large cooler in the back of it that we'll load the items into. We used to have a family van that we use for business as well, but last year that van went kaput. But I'll talk about that more in a little bit. And this morning, after I loaded up all the produce, I was like, oh man, I gotta go back. I gotta print out the invoices. So I printed out the invoices, and we mainly do that for our restaurants and chefs that we sell to. And after I got that ready, we headed out. So the first thing we did was do a round of drop-offs for our CSA members. Some we do at a home delivery, and they usually have an additional fee for that, but I usually try to coordinate those around some of the areas that we're already traveling, so I'm not having to go way out of my way. We also drop off at a nearby gym, a Gold's Gym, as well as a church. Those are some of the areas that we drop off to, and those are some of some ideas for those of you who are considering doing this at the CSA, of groups of people to reach out to, is gym members, CrossFit people, things like that, your church people and school people. Just think of groups of people. That can be an idea for approaching for your developing a CSA. After that, we deliver to one of our favorite restaurants that we deal with, and that is On the Nines, and I'm sporting one of their hats right here. And they are in Mooresville, North Carolina. So if you're in the area, make sure you check them out. They provide a number of our items, and they make some excellent dishes. And then once we're done with the deliveries for the farm, I meet up with a couple clients still to work with them on personal training and helping them with their fitness goals. As I have progressed and the farm has gotten bigger, as far as a number of other business things that I'm doing, I do less and less of that. I still do some distance coaching for those of you who may be interested in that, as far as putting programs together for fitness and nutrition. But right now I'm working with just a select few people one-on-one. And then after my trading meeting is over with, then I typically run some errands just out and about, since we're already out there, to continue to maximize the time that I'm out. That's one of the goals that I have. No reason to make several trips on and off the farm. That is just a disruption of energy as well as a drain. I really try to make sure that, as well as a waste of money and time, you want to make sure you maximize what you're doing, especially if you live further away. We don't live too far away from areas where we can shop and buy things, but we still have to get up, drive your car, and go X number of miles and use a certain amount of time to get out and do certain things. So it's best for me to make sure that when we're already out, try to maximize that time. And while I'm out, one of the things that I typically do is I go to our local feed mill to pick up some feed for our chickens and ducks. And our local mill provides non-GMO feed, both layer feed, and they provide other things such as broiler feed and chick starter and things like that. So we pick up the feed that we need for this time. I want to get to the point where I have our numbers down and what I want to buy in bulk, but right now I'm just doing weekly or bi-monthly trips to our feed mill to get what we need. And while I'm out delivering to our customers, I usually take at least one of the older children along with me to help out, because it helps them, one, in their homeschooling and their personal development to learn how to interact and see me interact with various people of various age ranges, and it teaches them how, hopefully through the right example I set, of how to interact with them both relationally and from a business standpoint. And outside of that, they're also a big hand as far as helping me to carry certain items in or open the door for me as I'm carrying certain things. So I really appreciate having their help, and it benefits us all in multiple ways. And then after all that, it's usually later in the afternoon when I get back, so I usually try to avoid starting any kind of project out on the farm at this time. I've tried starting projects before, and it's just usually frustrating, and I'm already kind of just like a weird emotional state from running all over the place, so it's usually not the best time to start a new project. So what I do is I usually just do a walkthrough of the farm, just another walkthrough, just to see make sure the irrigation was working for today and to see if there's any problems. Then I come back, and then the kids usually help me with watering our seed starts. I'm still wanting to build an area where we can have as transition for our starts, especially at this time of year where we can't use the greenhouses because it's too hot and we don't have temperature control in there. But so right now we just take them out of the grow room, water them, carry them by hand, water them outside, and usually bring them back into the back end where they're under the lights until they're ready to be transplanted outside, or at the point where they can be hardened off in shaded areas to be somewhat protected from the sun. But I want to have an official area, but we'll work on that. It's a project to come at some point. Oh, and I bet you noticed the blue van right there that wasn't there before. That is actually a van that we're considering purchasing from a friend, so we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. And then I noticed we had a number of packages from Amazon, so let's just see what these packages are. Hey guys, we got a bunch of boxes outside from Amazon. Can you guys give me a hand with bringing them inside?
Yep. Yeah.
Can you carry that one, Micah?
Yeah.
Oh. Here, Josiah, you can carry those. I can kind of see what this one is already. Man. I'm on the table. There we go. So Mommy, would you do the honors of opening the boxes? This is like our first big unboxing ceremony.
I know, it's exciting. Sure, I'll do it.
Have any clue what these might be?
No.
No. Let's see.
Here we go.
Ooh, what is that? What is that, Micah?
What is it?
Can you guess what that is? You don't know.
I know.
You know what those are?
A hose.
Oh, that is a hose, you're right.
Yeah.
There's a nozzle with it. Man, I
Yeah.
think I've seen one like this before.
They're lightweight. That's why I put it on our wish list, because we drag around a lot of hoses, and I thought this would be good. It would be a lot easier to work with.
So we recently made a wish list on Amazon. Just for people who have made comments on our YouTube channel about wanting to be able to support us in various ways. And I was kind of hesitant on doing this because I don't want to seem like we're asking for people just to buy us stuff, but we do appreciate the community of people who are willing to support us. It reminds me of just like older communities in the Amish and things like that, where people around them, this community, help supporting them in the things that they were doing. So we really appreciate you all being a part of our community. Got a water hose there. That would be good for your apothecary garden.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out there.
You're gonna use a water hose? Whoa. So, and is there a note or anything there to see who that one's from?
Oh yeah, so a gift from you. Hope this helps. Really like the life you guys are living. Take care, Laura. So Laura, whoever you are out there, thank you so much. We really appreciate your generosity.
So, which box next?
May I help open this one?
Sure. Yeah.
What do you think this one is, Micah?
I know.
What is that? So, see here. A box within the box. The suspense continues.
Look here.
Whoa.
You know what it is?
No.
It's an expandable garden rake.
Oh wow, pretty crafty. It's pretty neat. It's pretty sturdy. Yeah. Can't say I've ever seen one like that.
Look, you can make the handle longer or shorter. So if y'all need a shorter one, we can make the handle shorter.
That looks pretty neat. So who is that one from?
This one is from, hold this. This one is from Bonnie Guffey.
So what do we have next?
Oh, these little cedars. So I can put all of those lettuce seeds or radishes in these, and it'll make seeding trays much easier.
There we go. So how do you use these? I think I've seen these used before. You just fill these up with seeds right here. You just kind of tap on it as you are seeding in your different areas. So
Yep.
cool. And these will definitely come in handy as well. And who is this gift of these cedars from?
Laura again. So thank you so much for getting these. I'm sure I'm gonna put them to good use.
Alrighty. And this one here is kind of obvious what it is unless there's something different in the box than what's printed on the box. But it says Earthway Cedar. And for those of you who have seen one of our more recent vlogs, we talked about how we've, for the whole time we've been out here farming and doing our homestead, is we've seeded by hand. And yes, you can still run a farm with seeding by hand. People have done it for years, but I am definitely looking forward, and I know Lacie is, and she's done most of the seeding, of using the cedar right here. So I just want to open it up, just look at it, actually make sure what is printed on the box is in the box. Let's open this thing up here. Opening it right. Wow. Yes, it is a cedar. Look at there. So Earthway Cedar. I don't see a note anywhere attached to this one, so it looks like this is from an anonymous giver. So thank you very much, anonymous giver. We really, really appreciate. This is definitely, all these gifts are a blessing. And we have, what, just one more? Actually, we have two more. We got this one here last week. It was from Thomas Urban Farm. And they're actually on Instagram. So make sure you check them out. I look forward to wearing this shirt. This is Thomas's Urban Farming Company, and he mostly specializes in growing microgreens. So thank you very much. And Bonnie also gave us a neat little gift that will go along with the cedar. So I don't know if that's a clue to that Bonnie gave us the cedar or not, or she just went hand in hand and was reading the mind of somebody else who brought the cedar. But these are the seed plates that go inside the cedar, so you can put different seeds within the cedar. So man, we look forward to using these. So this cedar right here is for peas, but I'm sure there's probably ones in there for radishes and things like that, which are things we grow. Man, super exciting. So make sure you stay tuned for a vlog where we're gonna be using this. I hope to use it probably as soon as tomorrow. So that is how my typical day goes when I'm off the farm. Glad that day's over with. Enjoyed certain things about it, but I look forward to tomorrow where I really get to get outside and work out on the homestead. I do want to thank you all again for those of you who have been contributing and those of you who bought things off our wish list and supported us. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you all so very much. And for those of you who may want to know on how you can contribute, check out the show notes below. So thank you all very, 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 very much. We really appreciate it. Well, in a couple of days, we will be heading out for the Homesteading Life Conference, and I'm super excited about that. And if you haven't purchased your tickets already, please do so. Time is so short. I think you got just a little bit over a week left until the conference begins. So make sure you're there. There are so many speakers. There's so many neat demonstrations that'll be there. So make sure you'll be there. Well, that's it for this episode. We'll see you next time. And as always, grow on. Mr. Fit, roll on. See you next time.